Okay, guys, thank you so much for joining us today. We are really excited to have you either on here live or maybe you're watching the recording later on as we get to help Mary launch her brand new wellness business. And this is something that we love doing because anytime we get to touch the lives of someone, especially when it's someone that we don't even know, it's always a blessing to us because that means that we are growing, we are expanding, and we are able to reach out. It's like that ripple effect. When you throw the pebble into the water and you get all those ripples that come out. We're just the rock in the center. And it's so great when those ripples just keep on going to be able to help people make healthy changes into their life, into their lifestyle. So my name is Sherry Snyder, and myself, along with a few other ladies on this call today, are currently with a company called Juice Plus. We are all about inspiring healthy living around the world. And this is something that Mary is going to be joining us in. So I would like to just start off by telling you a little bit about myself and the journey that I have been on. My name is Sherry, like I just said, and my husband and I, and we have 5 children, and we all live in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And it was about 5 years ago that an incredible product and mission was introduced to me. And at the time, I thought I was a healthy person. I was not. I was not at all. I was exercising a lot. So physically, I was very fit. Nutritionally, not so much. I was making changes. I was doing what I thought was right. I was definitely a victim of marketing. I thought that if a box said healthy choice or lean cuisine, that it meant it was good for me. And I lived on those. Every single day at work, I would have a frozen lunch because I was so smart. I was watching the macros. I was looking at my calories and my fat and my protein and my carbs and my sugars, but I was not paying at all, no attention whatsoever to the quality of the food that I was actually putting into my body. But I was exercising. In fact, I exercised so much and I relied so heavily on those macros that I would run an extra mile because that meant I could have another 100 calories that day. It truly was a calorie in, calorie out combat for me. That was my personal story there. And I was trying to eat a little bit better. I will say that, but I was definitely not really doing the best things. I was doing what I thought was right. My family, on the other hand, was totally different than that. My 5 children are all very athletic. And you would think as a one-time collegiate athlete, I would have connected the dots between the nutrition and performance, and I did not. And it wasn't just performance, it's also protecting the body and then recovering after an athletic event, or maybe it's just a workout. And my kids never went to bed hungry. So I felt as a mom, I was winning. But really, I was poisoning them. We ate so much fast food and processed foods. It was whatever came out of a box or a can. They still joke, Mom, do you remember when we used to eat all of our fruit from cans? And I was like, yes, I do remember that. And it's, so if anybody is in that same position today that I was 5 years ago, please do not feel shamed in what I just said. We have to just take the information as we get it and do the best we can. And that truly is what I was attempting to do. I was doing the best that I could do. And then this incredible product was introduced to me called Juice Plus, which is simply fruits, veggies, and berries put into capsules and gummies. Talk about an easy button, because my kids were not about to change their diet completely. They were willing to make a few small changes, but they were not willing to all of a sudden become super healthy kids that never got to have fast food, or all of a sudden we're going to have plates full of broccoli and cauliflower and greens and everything else that I knew they needed. And we always knew they needed it, but they certainly weren't going to eat it. But when I told them, hey, y'all, you can take a capsule or you can eat a gummy and you can get all that nutrition that you don't want to eat, they were all for it. Even my husband, who still is a picky eater, will go ahead and take his Juice Plus every day. So I just want to share with you very quickly what this product is, and also some of the incredible things that it had done for my family. So Juice Plus is not a vitamin. A lot of people will think that's what it is. Oh, I already take a multivitamin. This is not a vitamin. It is so superior over vitamins. Vitamins are things that are made in the laboratory by a guy in a white coat, and he picks what, or she picks what types of ingredients, I guess you could say, but truly chemicals, that they want to put into a capsule, or actually into a pill or tablet, along with a lot of other fillers. And those things are really not safe for us, nor are they going to benefit our bodies. But what Juice Plus does, it takes the fruit and the vegetables and the berries that are grown on the farms that are contracted with the Juice Plus company, They are farmed under the highest practices possible, and they are picked when they are vine ripened. That means the nutrition is in there, because when produce is picked too early, they don't have the nutrition that it needs. So having it picked right at the peak time is so important. Then the produce is flash frozen, and it is put into a giant blender, so to speak, like a big giant Vitamix with these steel blades that chop it all up. So it's the stem, the core, the seeds. It's all that can actually go in. It's all chopped up into a big slurry, and then they extract the water, the sodium, and the sugar. And that right there is huge, because something that we're personally going through right now is a little issue with some diabetes in our family. So to be able to get the nutrition from fruit without the sugar from fruit, that is a huge win. But anyways, back to the product. So if you can see this, I'm going to show you the back of our label. It says nutrition facts rather than supplement facts. So when you go to the grocery store, go into the frozen food section and pull out a bag of broccoli or whatever other type of frozen veggies that you want to grab, and you're going to see nutrition facts because it's real food. If you look at a multivitamin or an isolated vitamin, it's going to say supplement facts. And that's because those things are not made with real food. The capsules, I'm going to show you one of those to get an idea of the size of it. This little capsule contains the nutrients from 10 different vegetables. Then we have this one, which has 10 different fruits. And we also have this one, which is 10 different berries. These also come in gummy form, which initially was created for children, but they taste so good that most adults love them as well. And I find myself stealing mine from one of my sons all the time. So back to what happened with my family. When we got started, I initially said yes to this simply because I was taught through the science that's behind Juice Plus that it could actually enhance athletic performances. And that was really important to me with my 5 athletic children. What I didn't expect was to find out that my family had actually been sick. We were what I consider to be very normal. We had constant strep throat, constant ear infections, sinus infections. If there was a bug that was in the school, it came home with my family. And my kids were so wonderfully generous that they always shared it with each other. There was never just one child who got sick. It was all of my kids. In fact, my youngest are twins. And when we would go to the doctor's office, if one was sick, they would actually give me a second prescription for the twin that wasn't sick and just have me fill it and start giving to them. So the doctors never actually talked to me about really anything other than here's a pill or here's a liquid to help your kiddos with their illnesses. I never thought of our family as being sick because those things to me were just normal. But there's a difference between what's normal and what's common. Being sick is not normal. That is not the way we were intended to live, but it is incredibly common for those things to happen. So fast forward, after we were taking the Juice Plus for a little while, all of a sudden my kids were no longer suffering from their allergies. My chronic headaches and migraines were dissipating. My son's vision actually started to improve. He had a severe eye infection there where he almost lost his sight. My husband was off of his arthritis medication within 6 weeks, and I was sleeping better. I no longer had the middle of the day crash, and my cravings started to change. So instead of wanting the salty potato chips and the sweet drink, I was ready to actually have peppers and hummus and things like that for my snacks instead. So it has been a true blessing for us. It did definitely help with our athletic performances. I now have a son who's a professional baseball player. He can continue to take Juice Plus because we also have this little stamp on here that's called NSF, which means everything that we have has been third-party tested to prove that it is safe and that whatever is on the bottle is actually in the product, and whatever is in the product is actually listed on the label. We also have a complete plant-based omega. It's the full spectrum 3, 5, 6, 7, and 9. This does not have fish oil in it, which is an incredible blessing because fish oils can become rancid, and we never really know the source of fish, and that's kind of scary in itself. So we have these vegan omegas, which are great for every single aspect of your body: brain health, heart health, joint health, anti-inflammatory. They are absolutely incredible. The last 2 things I want to show you really quick is one of my very favorite things. So I mentioned earlier at the very beginning of sharing my story that I was very into macronutrition at one time. All of these little guys are micronutrition. These are full of thousands of phytonutrients, which is basically the chemicals that are found in food that give us energy. So that's what's in here is micronutrition, but these are macronutrition. So this really is food. This can be something that you eat or drink for breakfast, lunch, pre-workout, post-workout, whatever it happens to be. Absolutely delicious, completely plant-based, non-GMO, dairy-free, gluten-free, and are full of 15 different types of plants. And when I say they're delicious, like, I am not lying. They are incredible. We have 2 bars, and I actually have one of them with me right now. We have a tart cherry, and then we also have a dark chocolate and fig, which is, again, another great thing to have for breakfast, a snack, pre or post-workout. And then I did mention that the capsules are also available in a gummy form as well. So that's just a little bit about our product. And that, I can't forget to tell you this, we also have over 37, I think we have 37 that have been published and 4 or 5 that are in the works of studies that have been done by amazing institutions such as Vanderbilt or MD Anderson Cancer Institute that can prove the effectiveness of Juice Plus and that it is safe. So it is proven that it will reduce inflammation, that it is great for autoimmune diseases. It balances the immune system. I completely lost my train of thought on that. It's great for circulation, microcirculation in the skin. It is absolutely incredible, and we have the science to back it up. So I'm going to stop talking now, and I'm going to ask Jerry if she would share a little bit about what not only the product has done for her family, but also the Juice Plus business.
Hi guys, I'm Jerry. I started with Juice Plus about 3.5 years ago, and I am a mother of 4. And I have a daughter that has posterior orthostatic tachycardia, which is a heart condition. And she was diagnosed when she was about 10. And when she was 17, we hit a really bad low. The medications weren't working. She was constantly fighting it. Her heart rate would go above 250 daily. And when your heart rate does that, like, she was in school, so they would have to call me. So 2 to 3 times a week, I was having to pick her up and take her home. And we were sitting there one day, and she looked at me and said, "Mom, I'm never having kids." And I'm like, "You're 17 years old. Why are you telling me that?" And she said, "I will never bring a child into this world that has to live the life that I'm living." And POTS is hereditary. So, it hit me really hard. And I called my best friend and was just like, told her what had happened. And the next day she comes in and puts Juice Plus on my desk and says, "Put Megan on this. Just please try it." So I did. I talked to her doctor, and he said that was not a problem. It was just fruits and vegetables, and we could try it because nothing else was working at the time. Megan was also a swimmer in high school, and she had started swimming in 8th grade, and it was her senior year. Was it junior or no, it was her senior year. And she started Juice Plus, and 5 days later she went to swim in a meet. And for the first time since she had started swimming, when she finished her race, she didn't have to have a coach pull her out of the water because of pure exhaustion. She waved the coaches off and pulled herself out of the water, and my husband and I lost it. Like, we had never in 4 years seen her be able to do that. So that night my husband was like, "Okay, whatever we have to do, let's do it so the whole family can be on it." And like Sherry, I thought we were pretty healthy. I put green beans on the table at every meal. It was either green beans or corn, and I know corn isn't really a vegetable now, but back then I thought it was, I was doing good. I served fruit. They had something in their lunch that was fruit. Am I there? Sorry, my phone keeps acting weird. So I thought, like Sherry thought, I am sorry, guys. I'm in a school building and I can't control my phone. Anyways, I thought we were doing really good, but obviously we were not, because as soon as my family started on Juice Plus, I have a son that carries strep, and he had strep. We were on antibiotics at least 6 times a year. He has been on antibiotics, I think, twice since we started Juice Plus. I have a daughter that has migraines from a traumatic brain injury. They are not gone, but they are so much better than they used to be. My I have to do my work, makes us do our blood count every year. So I've got years of my blood work. And since starting Juice Plus, every year it's gotten better. And this year I was all green. Every single number on my sheet was green. And I am proud of that. So it is, the little benefits that we saw have been huge for our family. My husband's medications, he's only got one blood pressure medicine left that he has to get off of. So we made a lot of changes. The Juice Plus was the start. It was what made us aware of how we were feeling. And then we just started making little changes. But in joining Juice Plus, I decided to do the business just because my family is so large and it just made sense. And the business has given me so much. The community of people that I get to hang out with are the most positive people. But the money I've been able to offer my kids, like we took a 6-week trip to Europe, all on my Juice Plus money. Every year my husband and I get to go see my son 2 or 3 times in Arizona, which we weren't able to do back when he first went out there because I'm a teacher and my husband is an IT guy. And we just couldn't do it. And now, like the other day, I was like, honey, I want to go see Paul. He was like, okay, buy tickets. And it's because of this company and the fact that I love doing this. I'm helping people get healthier, and I'm doing it with people who are fabulous and just love on me and I love on them. And it's really changed my perspective on life. Just being able to dream again and to be a part of this has been huge for me. Sherry, are you still there?
Yes, sorry, I had to unmute myself. Thank you, Jerry, for sharing that information with us. That's incredible. And I love hearing all the changes that your family has experienced. And when Jerry started this mission, she said to me that she wasn't going to do it.
I'm not doing it.
And what she learned very quickly is that when you have something so amazing that can do great things for your family, it's almost obligatory that we share it because somebody else can benefit from this as well. So Mary, if you wouldn't mind real quick, I would love for you to share with your friends and your family what Juice Plus has done for you in the past and why you are excited to get started again. You're good.
Okay, I'm good. All right. So we did Juice Plus. I guess my oldest was like in 5th grade, maybe. We did it for a little bit. We did see some positive changes, but then family life just kind of got a little crazy and Juice Plus took a back seat. But we struggle with healthy eating. It's a struggle every day and we're so busy, and I know that we need to do better. And so I was really excited when I got in touch with Sherry again, and I went to a little presentation, and just hearing the testimonies was amazing because overall the biggest theme was they didn't have sick doctor visits. I mean, they'd go for their health checkup and they were healthy. And at the time, both of my boys were on antibiotics. Again, I just came back in from town Thursday night, and I have another sick child who not sure what he has, but low-grade fever and, stuffiness, and it's just constant. We're always sick, always going to the doctor, antibiotics, and I'm kind of like, you know what, enough is enough, and I'm ready to get healthy. I want to share the good news with my friends so they can get healthy because I know they're just as busy as I am, and I'm sure they struggle just like we do. We have some picky eaters who, even if I was to put great food on the table, fresh veggies and stuff, it wouldn't get eaten. So I think this is a great way to give them a huge dose of nutrition, and I'm excited to see what the benefits are going to be again.
Fantastic. And you're exactly right. So many people can relate to that because everybody seems to always have at least one person sick in their family. Like I said, I thought it was normal. It's not. It's just common. And in 5 years now, I think my 5 children, I should only really count 4 because 4 were only living in the house at the time. I want to say in 5 years, 4 children, maybe 3 doses of antibiotics in 5 years with 4 kids. So that's huge because we were the frequent flyers at the doctor's office. So Krista, I would love then for you to close us out here today.
All right. Well, it's so exciting to have you as a part of this mission, Mary, and it's really cool just to hear all of these amazing stories. I know I've been with the Juice Plus company as a consumer and in the business of Juice Plus for almost 8 years. And it's been such a blessing to me and my family. From our health benefits, it's been incredible. I had struggled with allergies, seasonal allergies, and I was on thyroid medication. And, my oldest daughter was on allergy medications, 3 prescriptions, and my youngest suffered severely with eczema. Just so many things. And now you fast forward, and I don't take any prescription medications. That's right, 0. No allergy meds, no thyroid meds. And so praise Jesus. My oldest daughter, no medications, no eczema for my youngest Allie. And it's just been incredible. And I think the biggest thing and the biggest blessing, other than the product, and you've heard all about that, and the business, which is just incredible, is our community of people. I have been supported immensely by this community in learning more about health and nutrition. I learned more. I think I have a PhD in nutrition just from this community. And it started with me learning how to read labels and people sitting with me and showing me things that I never knew before. And, I learned what nutrition does inside the body and for the body and how it's healing, because it helps make those connections when you don't have the inflammation inside your body. So you don't need to take the allergy medication anymore. And as your body heals, it's incredible what happens as a result of that. And I just think nowadays we just are in such a hurry, and we don't take time to invest in ourselves. And this community allows you to do that. And I know this was years ago, probably 5 or 6 years ago, I met a naturopathic doctor through the Juice Plus community. And it was through her that I was able to learn so much about healing my body. And so she's my naturopathic doctor. And I would have never known her if it hadn't been for this community. And, you fast forward in late 2017, my dad was diagnosed with cancer, and it was aggressive prostate cancer. And, I knew enough about nutrition at that point, and he had Juice Plus in his body, which was, I'm so thankful, because it was helping him protect his body and really strengthen his immune system for the fight that he was going to fight. And we, through this Juice Plus community, have amazing resources, and met a PhD dietitian who we hired, and she specializes in treating cancer through nutrition. And I would have never met her had it not been for this community. And, my sister, who is a health coach as well, we bookended my dad. He had no choice but to get healthier. And through what we learned through this PhD and what we knew through this community, he did some major radical changes with his health and nutrition. And through that year, he was fighting through the nutrition. His cancer didn't spread, not at all. And when he had his surgery, he had his prostate removed, and today he's cancer free. And I just thank God for all of this, because I would have never known any of this had I not been immersed in this community. And so the product is amazing. The business opportunity is incredible. It's such a blessing to be able to do this mission and earn a living at the same time. And this community is just second to none. So I want to thank you all for being on this Zoom for Mary. And I just am excited for her as she continues on her war path for her own health and helping other people with theirs. And so if you're on this, Zoom, or if you're watching this Zoom as a recording and you're thinking, I need this in my body, or I know of these people who need this in my body, please get with Mary so that she can get you some information just to take a peek or check out. You may decide this isn't for me, and that's okay. We just like to provide the information and the resources, and you can make that decision. And so if you're thinking, get this in my body right now, get with Mary. And if you're sitting there thinking, sign me up, I really want to be a part of this community and this team of people who are working together to fight disease, then get with Mary, and she can get you some more information. And so with that, I just hope you guys have a really blessed day.
Thank you, Krista. Totally love hearing you talk about your dad. Makes me smile so much. So I'm going to stop the recording.